Let's say you want to indulge in some homemade Boston cream pie, and you check for which ingredients you need and find that you're all out of milk. You then travel to your nearest grocery store or supermarket and pick up a fresh gallon. Now you're expecting to pour some fresh vitamin D-filled milk into your mixture, not a medley of urea, oils, detergents, sugars, and salts. What if I told you that some of the milk you've ingested in your life contains that or a similar volatile mixture added into it? Feelings of shock, disbelief, and even anger might be manifesting within you upon hearing this. And these feelings are totally justified. They have adulterated your milk. Adulteration, verb. The act or process of debasing or making something impure by adding inferior elements. Adulteration can occur with a number of things, such as drugs, fertilizers, etc. But in this video, I will be focusing on the adulteration of food, most commonly known as food fraud. The FDA regulates roughly 80% of U.S. foods, and even passed an act called the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, which prohibits the creation or dealing with adulterated products in interstate commerce. So why is that we have a plethora of food that has been tampered with and adulterated? This is because of the complexity of the food industry nowadays. There are people in charge of agriculture, marketing, processing, regulation, wholesale, and even more. Companies everywhere are trying to make their foods the tastiest, strongest, have the longest shelf life, and most importantly, be the cheapest to prepare. Now, to have that FDA stamp of approval for the use of additives will take months or even years. However, if the additive is grass or generally recognized as safe from the company's perspective, they do not have the obligation to inform the FDA of it, and if they choose to, it will take less time. Not all companies abuse this tool, but some do, and that means now these powerful, avaricious companies have control of what they think is safe for us to consume. This is injustice at its finest. Food is a necessity. When we pay over $3 for a canister of honey, we expect it to be all honey in the jar, not water, corn syrup, and dyes. Or when we pay for 100% extra virgin olive oil, there should not be traces of corn oil, hazelnut oil, or palm oil in it. Adulteration can create huge medical problems. If someone is allergic to the additive, it can extensively harm them or even kill them. An 11-year-old boy, Miles Benko, died from eating a turkey burger with the additive of mycoprotein, a fungus-based protein due to his extreme allergy of mold. The burger company was then sued and claimed the FDA regulated it as a grass additive. Some of these additives also have underlying side effects. For example, the yellow dye added to saffron was linked to hyperactivity in children and the autoimmune disease lupus. Miles Benko and children and adults that share his same saddening situation did not deserve to die from eating what they thought was regular food. The FDA and other countries' food and drug administrations need to take a more hands-on, tougher approach to the monitoring of additives. One's economic status is also an indicator of the effects of adulteration. Poor families go to cheaper grocery stores and dollar stores to feed themselves, and these same shelves they get their food from are the same shelves with the most adulterated foods, which can hurt them. But due to their economic status, they can't afford to go to a good doctor or sometimes even a doctor at all, and then their illness escalates. It's a sad cycle. Awareness is the key. Awareness brings knowledge, and knowledge is power. Especially because social media is rampant these days. You can tweet, post, blog, snap, Instagram, pin, or make a video about these issues and spread them to a broader range of people than ever before. Now, there's nothing wrong with the old-fashioned way of spreading the words by use of flyers or verbal communication, but bottom line, we need to spread this word. This newfound knowledge of the issue of adulteration and the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics that goes into creating these adulterated products should make us plunge into action. We should be using STEM to research and create safer and more beneficial additives, especially with the new developments in STEM that has arrived in the past few years. Ignorance might be bliss, but at the end of the day, we are what we eat, and in this world today, we have enough things to worry about than the adulteration of food.